smile was a lot of pain and sorrow. It was built up inside, and shielded by pride. I'll make sure to call you up in the morning, to tell you I'm fine, to continue the fight. And if by chance that is not to happen, and this is goodbye, please know that I tried. Oh morning, won't you get me? Oh morning, won't you get me out of my sleep? I'm dying while I'm trying to make it through the night. Oh morning, won't you?
You are for life, rose flower beautiful, Stevie wonderful. You are the one. You are for life, rose flower beautiful, Stevie wonderful. You are the one. Na marubani madakitari watasemazo sinjo, chunga sana nawe wachana usiwasikilize hao wanamuziki wenye magita watazidi kukuita. Chunga sana nawe wachana usiwasikilize hao. Flower beautiful, Stevie wonderful. You are the one, a source in you are. You are for life, rose flower beautiful, Stevie wonderful. You are the one, the one, the one, so my girl, my soul simply well, and you are. Na marubani madakitari watasemazo sinjo, chunga sana nawe wachana usiwasikize hao wale wadosi wenye manoti watasemazo sinjo, chunga sana nawe wachana usiwasikize hao. So sweet.
Karibuni sana. Karibuni sana on Midnight Rendezvous. Karibuni sana on Midnight Rendezvous. You are listening to Adrian Kibai. This is Radio 254. And I'm hoping you guys are having a lovely, lovely night. Yeah. This is the show that brings you the best in late night entertainment. I'm your host. I'll be here every Tuesday from 10 p.m. And tonight you guys have signed up for some kind of fun no one will believe unless they listen to this show. It's possible that you guys have had a different kind of day from the one I've had. It's possible that you guys have had probably a very beautiful day or a very stressful one at that, or just, one of those regular ones. Because Tuesdays are usually, for most people, it's like the beginning of the week, right? Well, this show may be the one thing that sets you off on a lovely remainder of the week. That's one thing I know for sure. On tonight's episode, I will try, and expand your mindset on some few things here and there as usual, and let you see how it looks like from the other side, or how it looks like from a different perspective from the one you might have. Yeah, but first let's take a moment to wind down and relax after a long day. You as the listener will be able to request for any song to help you unwind and get ready for a great show. Hopefully it will, help lull you off into some very good night's sleep. Karibuni sana. You can WhatsApp us on 0110-254-254 or reach us on Twitter, Radio 254 online. So feel free to join the conversation at any point by calling in, texting, or tweeting using the hashtag Midnight Rendezvous. Coming up next is a lot of new jams, lovely, amazing jams that will set you off very nicely, set you up for a very lovely remainder of the week. You don't want to miss out. Tell a friend to tell a friend, join in, come, comment, share your thoughts. They're all much appreciated. A thought shared is a thought spared. Or how does that saying go? So I'd like to give a personal shout out to everyone who spares their precious last 2 hours of the day, probably, to hang out with me. And I'm grateful for you guys making the Midnight Rendezvous a very, very great show.
Okay, nataka nijikaze hapa ndani Nairobi, nijenge kwangu mini sare la lodi, natamani nitengeneze yangu mamoni, nijikaze hapa ndani Nairobi, nataka nijikaze hapa ndani Nairobi. I really want everybody to know me, natamani nijazange maganji kwa longi, nijikaze hapa ndani Nairobi. Oh night, oh night, oh na 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 na, oh night, oh night, nijikaze hapa ndani Nairobi. Kwa zile pilka zangu za kusaka hela, pesa pita tangu pata na masela, fuko nayo empty, wacha sura ibonde, bubu game sisemi, success ibonge, hakuna njumu weshe tuna ask wapi Mungu, na ndio zitoshe seti gazeti kwa njumu, nataka nijikaze, tumie ganji madhe, pata nizibanze, tena wani anze, Costco madafu, upepo na I breeze, I used to pray bana for times like these, jasho tupu cloud, ishakuwa a thing, beza kaka bakoma nataka kuwa king. Nataka nijikaze hapa ndani Nairobi, nijenge kwangu mini sare la lodi, natamani nitengeneze yangu maimani, nijikaze hapa ndani Nairobi, nataka nijikaze hapa ndani Nairobi. I really want everybody to know me, natamani nijazange maganji kwa longi, nijikaze hapa ndani Nairobi. Oh night, oh night, oh na 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 na, oh night. ndani Nairobi.
Na store tu na donjo zile za pika ni pair. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. My 3 window shopping ilikuwa Futsubishi. Jikoni ni foreign kwa food ni na mpishi. Bathtub ilisha replace kabese. Siku work hard ndio ni stay the same. OCD siendewe na supu chapo yangu. Najua nani ni less loyal kwa sako yangu. Pata investment, we pata mandai. Ati ni wadosi, that's a blatant lie. Jasho tupo, cloud tishakwa I think. There's a kaka back home anataka kuwa king.
Nataka nijikaze hapa ndani Nairobi. Nijenge kwangu mini sare la lodi. Natamani nitengeneze yangu mamoni. Nijikaze hapa ndani Nairobi. Nataka nijikaze hapa ndani Nairobi. I really want everybody to know me. Natamani nichezange maganji kwa longi. Nijikaze hapa ndani Nairobi. Oh nine, oh nine, oh na 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 na. Oh nine, oh nine. Nijikaze hapa ndani Nairobi.
Aye, 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 yeah, 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 aye, 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 yeah, 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 aye, aye. Okay, huh.
Made it.
Hey, Motif, what up? Got the OG up in the place. Hey, yo, Petra, what's happening?
Yeah, tukuchonjo mwanangu, niko na the OG to beside me. Nyama shoma ndo febo wa tukichapa hizi maraundi. Himba soda baridi, tuna roll tukiwa wawili. Sivioja sisi halisi, niko finer than diamond. Mini media na utamu kaswiti. Hii ni ya wale mafisi, kuringa lazima inabidi. Samantha mwenyewe hafiki.
Yo, Petra, chill out. Na nikilu kibonga story ya Samantha. Kwani vipi? Kani swali then kali siya gonna answer. Tell the fans to get them hands up. Ain't nobody taking chances. Na wataka niwapeleke mitini, nini? Baka watowe ransom. Mama die hard, nigga, don't test me. Papa, na me see deadbeat. OG, na me na rap. East Kayol is where you gon' get me. On black, toka jumbaka chini. I'm a follow wanataka nini. Mina rapu tadani nafuata dini. Any damage, huwezi kunipata mimi.
Brain damage, I'm causing panic, killing them with kindness. Yes, it's inbuilt that it's systematic. None of y'all can manage. Comes on its own. Though you think I'm lying, I didn't even plan it. Supersonic, I'm on it. Whatever the problem was, I fought it. Nataka yangu kibambe kidunge kama mishale. Nitawa 540 kama MCA ile tame. Murder, how am I rapa dispose them kama taka taka.
Watakipata pata tuko rada hapa. Old school kangoma za chaka chaka. Pull out the chopper and wave it again. Me, I stayed in the pen, locked at the age of 10. Killing, I made it a trend. Nigga, go play with the friends. You don't wanna fuck with me, and the grave is the place I was sent. You so jazz a genie, you sucker, you know that I play to win.
You see the minute that I pull up, they could tell that it's flames. Everybody trying to wave at me.
Wave at me,
Born and raised in the trap, so ain't nothing they can take from me.
take from me.
Cause I'm a rider,
Rider,
baby, I'm a rider.
rider,
Cause I'm a rider,
rider,
rider.
rider.
Pulling over with my pace stack. Baby, you know I'ma set that. Long as I know where my check at. Tell them boy I only take cash. Rave slow and I rave fast. They all know that they can't pass. You wanna know how I rave fast? #1 on the racetrack. Kama nchako nchako silazimishe rap kuwa kipenzi. Mi mahaba, mi mahabati, mustakabari wa mapenzi. Mimi bado mkali wa kutoka zile enzi. Nipo vile vile mtamu sana shinda candy.
My pen bleed on the paper, I pour my heart and my soul. Exactly how I wanted, I know what I mean, cause I'm down on the road. Hold up, some of y'all need to grow up. To hell with the shit that you told us. Run over you with the tow truck, spit venom like a cobra. Behind me is a pack of intelligent grads. Armed and ready to fight for me, cause I've been through hell and I'm back. Half of the people who listen to you can't even get what you rap about. Overhanding me the blueprint, now I'm calling all you rappers out. Them lyrics are making no sense. It's like you're reading off a baby book. Since I'm born, I'm many tens. When fans are loving the way we cook, I'm serving the best plate. I'm here to get paid, running the estate. I terror to all of you niggas who tell that Kenya listen to your Westgate.
Evil, this for my people. Bad and bougie and evil. Finna blow up like them Beatles. Hakuna matatizo. Negro, me and you ain't equal. Songa bali na mali niko. Paka mwisho, I'ma hold this cross so punguza hizo vitisho.
Hey Petro, why you lethal? Better tell this gas to keep off. Got a problem with my ego, locking it 2K, now my leave. Shit, I'm better than before. Album nigga drop it kwa MP4. Only rap and a piga hardcore na nakafunga kwa Benkiko.
They couldn't touch me, now they out here making these crazy wishes. And how the hell would you compare me to these lazy bitches? It's PETRA. I thought I told you I'm the baddest. Got them hooked on my features, now they acting up like some addicts.
Oh, you savage, but if I want it, then I can have it. Shit, I mean, I'm from the ghetto, but nigga living lavish. Shit, not for this track of your Petro, we are the wrap it up. We don't only talk the walk, we walk it, nigga. We back
You
it
see,
up.
the minute that I pull up, they could tell that it's flames. Everybody trying to wave at me.
Wave at me.
Born and raised in the trap, so ain't nothing they can take from me.
Take from me.
Cause I'm a rider,
Rider.
baby, I'm a rider. Cause I'm a rider, rider.
KE is the place to be. This shit is easy as ABC. I'm a rider. If you ain't ready to take the heat, I suggest that you take a seat. I'm a rider. Africa, nobody do it like we. The fact is plain and so clear to see. I'm a rider. It's the OG and Petra, baby. Gonna be more genoma extra crazy.
You see, the minute that I pull up, they could tell that it's flames. Everybody trying to wave at me.
Wave at me.
Born and raised in the trap, so ain't nothing they can take from me.
Take from me.
Cause I'm a rider,
Rider.
baby, I'm a rider.
Rider.
Cause I'm a rider, rider.
Yes. How is your night going, by the way, guys? For those who've joined, labda mlipata tukiwa kwenye mziki. For those who've joined, this is the Midnight Rendezvous. You're listening to Adrian Kibai right here on Radio 254. We always do this every Tuesday. I am Mr. Tuesdays up in this. He's a... Oh, man. I'm happy to hear that some of you had a very lovely week so far. I'm also happy to hear that some of you, are doing what it takes to get by. And tonight, as I'm speaking to you right here, right now, I really do hope that at some point, itajipa. I really do hope that at some point, maybe it will make sense. You just keep going, keep doing what you're doing, keep doing it. Just probably if you're doing it right, stick there, and if you can do it better, go on. Man, thank you very much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. It's another beautiful week to be had. So let me know what's on your mind. You can send your rants to 0110-254-254 as voice notes, of course. And that's our number on WhatsApp, by the way. And maybe it might help you feel better with your day. It might help you feel more relieved. I don't know how else to put it, but sometimes speaking it out into the universe might help you just feel a bit lighter. Have you had a lovely day today? Tell me all about it. Have you had a weird day today? Tell me all about it. It could be anything positive, anything negative, anything encouraging, anything that might make someone else sleep better today. I sure do know that most of you are either in a thing or a situationship or heck, even married probably, yeah? But have you ever stopped to think what the singles out here are going through? Yeah? The singles are taking L's every goddamn day. Man, it's actually hilarious to watch. Because right now, the pool is so muddied. Yeah? As it turns out, it's so marked up. Yeah? Somebody got in there, took a stick and stirred it up real good. And now, not only don't you know how deep the pool is now, you also don't know what filth awaits you down there. Because, with the super gonorrhea going around, all this craziness about which new hybrid disease is going around, and a lot of people road dogging out there like the world doesn't matter. God damn. The pool is really muddied. And Kenya Institute of Character Development, mutagraduate na summa cum laude, eh? Hey, a lot of first date stories. Yeah, because most single people, want to dare to believe that at some point it will come to them. What's yours will come to you. What's made for you will come to you. So a lot of single people will go out there on a lot of first dates that turn to be it's actually very frustrating to see most of these efforts turn out to be futile. Most of these efforts end up being very embarrassing or very frustrating. I was watching a video just recently of there's this lady who went out on a date with some guy. The guy drove there. And as it turns out, the guy started saying he doesn't have the money for the date. And in a little... okay, well, I know 2,000 bob, 3,000 bob is a lot for some people. Yeah. So I'm imagining this guy came prepared probably, or the babe came prepared, as you learn at the end of the story. So this babe goes to the date, eats, it's all jovial. The guy even borrows her power bank, blah, blah, blah. Now the guy has already exhausted the girl's power bank. Then when it's time for the bill, the guy goes to the car and locks himself and says he's trying to sort out the bill issue because there's something wrong with his account. Now the baby's at the hotel, the guy's in the car, just, talking on the phone, blah, blah, blah. Hey, kidogo, the babe, is worried. Hey, niaje, are we doing this or not? Are we sorting this bill or not? Hey, the guy becomes rude, sijui nini. Man. And if you translate it was apparently it was a Nigerian babe. If you translate how much money, as in if you exchange it for the money, Kenyan money, it's about 2 Gs and some change. But then again, the embarrassment this dude put the babe through is just sad to even watch. Because when do people just leave their houses to go embarrass strangers out there? Shit, I don't know why I'm asking, but because there's a lot of prank shows nowadays that are just hell-bent on embarrassing strangers. I get it. You want the views, you want the giggles, but at whose expense? Now, the problem is he went ahead and recorded the whole thing. So he brought another friend, who the friend ended up embarrassing the babe and posted on his TikTok. And all the babe is asking, can you just give me a power bank because you already exhausted mine so that I can go and pay the bill myself because it's not like I don't have money. But here, first dates are scary. They're right up there with horror movies. A lot of first dates fall in the same category as horror movies because there's no way you'll convince me that wasn't it, eh? Because what are these experiences I've been reading about on the internet, Bana? It's just weird. How was your first date? How has any of your first dates ever gone? Yeah? How did it go? It will really help if I got a few positive ones because at this point I've lost faith. They mostly end up turning out to be disastrous. Oh, sijui alikula menyu mzima. Oh, sijui alitoroka na bill na kuangalia nyuma akaniblock. Oh, god damn. Anyway. Malimwengu, right? It's a little I don't know how to put it, but it's a scary, but I don't think anything good comes without some sort of sacrifice or some sort of cost. Yeah? You'll go through a few frogs before you actually get your princess or prince, whichever one you're looking for. So just hang on in there if you have the strength for it. Hii character development si ya wanyonge.
to call my mama to tell her that I'm falling low. And what she said, my mama, it's too early for you to fall in love. Mama, don't you worry, she's my glory, my one and only. Yeah, yeah. Mama, don't you worry, she's my glory, my one and only. Yeah. Baby, this love not for me. Baby, this love not for me. I'm single. Do you know that I'm single? I'm single again. Who knows I'm single? Oh yes, I'm single. Ladies, I'm single again. I'm single. Who knows I'm single? Kwani mimi nani. It's so hard to say bye-bye, cause my dream was to love you till I die. And I know I'm gonna miss you so bad, especially when I'm too sober. It's okay, mama, I'm gonna be okay, mama. Such a shame, mama, you thought it was games, mama. Ooh. Maybe this love not for me. Maybe this love not for me. I'm single. Do you know that I'm single? I'm single again. Who knows I'm single? Oh yes, I'm single. Ladies, I'm single again. I'm single. Who knows I'm single? Kwani mimi nani.
Kubishana na watu kwa comments, offense, nimeweka defense. To be honest, I just wanna be with you and I know vex. I just wanna be with you and I know best. I just wanna be with you, yeah. You elevate, and when we did together we marinate. And everything you say I resonate. And when I day inside you, you lulate. I li on fire, too easy. I'm feeling you, I'm loving you. You make it too easy. I'm touching you, and I'm loving you. You make it too easy. You make it too easy. You make it too easy. Oh baby, you got the body, make me lose my mind, oh. You're like nobody I know. Oh baby, you got the body, every tantalizer. Baby, you energize, oh. Anything you want, baby girl, you know I can't deny you. Anywhere you go, I'll go. When I'm feeling low, you're the only one who give me high, oh. How you do me, I don't know. You elevate, and when we did together we marinate. And everything you say I resonate. And when I day inside you, you lulate. I li on fire, too easy. I'm feeling you, I'm loving you. You make it too easy. I'm touching you, and I'm loving you. You make it too easy. You make it too easy. You make it too easy.
All right. Mnaendeleaje leo? Mnaendeleaje usiku wa leo? Well, now that the singles are, are up and running and getting out there and getting their own, getting a nut here and there, getting in situationships here and there, doing the most. I really hope that all of you are staying safe. You're warm tonight. You're listening to the Midnight Rendezvous. This is Adrian Kibai right here on Radio 254. For those who are afraid of the mess that is the dating pool right now, I don't know whether to call you cowards or the strongest people out there because, we're not made of stone, for sure. Yeah? And sometimes a human touch is important, but with how tech has come through for you guys, I have to say, if it's a quick nut and nothing more, then there is always rice at home, mama. But then again, for those wondering, I'm talking about Florence and the Machine vibes, and of course, the fellas with the flashlights and the meat pockets that they keep at home or carry around. If you know, you know. Now, be careful out there because you might go digging for oil or squeezing one out and forget some of these are powered, That's where you go wrong. You think the pool is muddied. Even the machines are out to get you. God damn it. You see, the worst realization is realizing that it's come for you and you're probably in too deep or too far gone or too weak to do anything. You see, they might end up frying your bits. Your bobs and bits might end up getting fried and you won't like it one bit. There was this girl on Twitter who set the vibe on the highest setting, and decided to get the Rococo shredded thoroughly now that everyone was away from home. And what happened is that it started melting from the inside. So you see, it's building up some kind of heat. So you think, it's probably because it's in the highest setting, so friction and whatnot, Well, it started melting from the inside and she started feeling the heat and ignored the heat at first. Then there was a smell of rubber burning, the kumho tire kind of smell, you think, the one that fills the air up when you've had like 3 rows back to back, So she realized all the heat was from the melting and it was melting on her. God damn, she had almost barbecued her hoo-ha. Oh my God. Singles are always taking L's out here. I'm so sorry. It really sucks to be single, but in this economy, I endorse it. Because, Do I need to explain, Yeah, most of you are getting, shafted left, right, and center. Life is hard enough as it is. And I hope you guys are protecting your own and keeping keeping your shit together. Just don't go barbecuing your hoo-ha or your bits and bobs, yeah? It would be unfortunate if, the worst thing to ever happen to anyone, I must say, not entirely the worst thing really, but it's bad. I'd say that it's really embarrassing if you end up in a sex-related accident or incident. It's just it's just not it. It's not it. It's not it. Hapana. But then again, kila mtu na starehe yake. As I said earlier, most of you understand the risks and are willing to risk it all for just that one nut. You're like that one squirrel that runs down the tree while knowing there's a dog there, or even heck, a leopard or something. Yeah, but as long as you get that nut, you do you.
Yeah. At the band. Yeah. Rizzy and Child. Lipa. Kamakawa. Number 1. Your letter to the world original. Nego. Let's go. Anshal Records are still AC.
Ananyogera chomera bano kichuna. Bano kichuna. Kaya ngyo kitabu apindi kilunga. Apindi kilunga. Tonge mara Roma kata tinto Roma. Kata tinto mora. Tonge mara Roma kata tinto mara. Kata tinto mara. Moko manyo pesa moko kuotoka muhon. Mbea mingi na bado jalipa loan. Ani yoko pesa to oko bipango muhon. Kolo donje ko siepate mi chakchon. Ani kora lando bana kome kodi. Kome kodi. Yae kora wacho donge kome kodi. Kome kodi.
Shanje tafuta yako wewe. Akili nywele nimefuga zangu tele. Changu ni changu gavashisho wewe. Mana wewe. Wivu ya nini? Machungu ya nini? Mind your business, tell me what I want. Na take it easy, choma brother man. Angoma chandiko da. Angoma kosoniga. Angoma chandiko da. Angoma kosoniga.
Moko manyo pesa moko kuotoka muhon. Mbea mingi na bado jalipa loan. Ani yoko pesa to oko bipango muhon. Kolo donje ko siepate mi chakchon. Ani kora lando bana kome kodi. Kome kodi. Yae kora wacho donge kome kodi. Kome kodi.
Yalenda to the world. Lepa. Fagia kwako ni fagia kwangu. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. Twende kazi. Hapana shughulika na mambo ya wengine.
Kena ngomi manyoga manyalo konyi epinyika. Daddy, yisage mi manyoga manyalo mi epinyika. Mami, kinguni mwako ndiye adui yako kesho. Unamlisha unamvisha podo checho. Angomi lawa neto poda dake kesho. Kara ngomi manya neto kimutwe yoleso. Chomoko manyo pesa moko kuotoka muhon. Mbea mingi na bado jalipa loan. Ani yoko pesa to oko bipango muhon. Kolo donje ko siepate mi chakchon. Ani kora lando bana kome kodi. Kome kodi. Yae kora wacho donge kome kodi. Kome kodi.
Breezy again.
Wanna catch my feeling vile unanifeel mimi. Si siri, kile na feel ni real. Na wewe, you are meant for mimi. Dedex, always on my mind. At the back.
Baby, you're a queen. My eyes
never seen such a pretty face. Nika unanga stress, moto ya gasoline. You know what I mean. Always walking in your grace. Shepu ni ya vase. There's no denying. I've been really trying to get you off my mind. Always want you by my side. There's no denying. All the stars are aligning. So even if you hide, I know where I'm gonna find you. Always on my mind. On my mind. Always on my mama mind. Mind on my mama mind. Always on my mama mind. Mind on my mama mind. Always on my mind. On my mind. Yeah. Always on my mind. Ningoje, nina picha zako tu akilini mwangu. Ningoje, alisema ningoje, and I don't know what to do, lakini haituru, nimejaribu tena na tena, nimezunguka kona tu kona. You're always on my mind, on my mind. Nimejaribu tena na tena nikusahau, lakini hawe always on my mind, on my mind. Always on my mind, mind 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 on my mind. Yeah. Always on my, always on my, always on my mind.
Girl, you're on my mind. Nimerealize nataka uwe wangu, mi nataka uwe mine. On my mind, kwanza your design umenikamata, nita spend every dime. On my mind, mi na fantasize tukiwa kwenye beach na bikini na kiwine. On my mind, wani mesmerize, kila ukipita watu wanazirai. On my mind, on my mind, on my mind, always on my mind, mind on my mind, always on my mind, mind on my mind, always on my mind, mind on my mind, yeah. Always on my, always on my, always on my mind, yeah.
Yeah, how about that? When's the last time you had a new Hat the Band song, eh? Telling you that you're always on my mind. That's a message most of us would like to receive tonight. Oh man, if wishes were horses, yeah, the single girls would ride. But then again, then some of you have been sending some voice notes. I'm happy that you guys are, sending them in, and I'll play one for you right here, right now.
Bro, lakini mimi kusema kweli, hata sasa hiyo wakisema wenye wako na 500 and above ndo atamka kesho, mimi ni kama mwendo nimeumaliza. Mnitayarishe tu WhatsApp group ya funeral.
Oh man, it's hilarious. It's hilarious how we can always make a happy moment out of a very, what can I say, sad? It's not really sad. It's just, I don't know. But that's his day. How was your day? tell me all about it on your sender. Just hit the microphone button. Send me a voice note. Tell me how your day was. And if it's something I can play for, this edition of Sauti ya Wananchi, I will get to play it. And, we can dissect how your day was and see how that goes, yeah? Maybe it will make you feel better. Did you guys know, I don't know if you remember, I had mentioned it in a previous show that there was Nviri's album was coming out soon. I think I might have mentioned, yeah? So I played one song, and now it's all out. And recently I went to a gig where he was performing, and the songs are legit. Nviri never lets you down. And I hope one day I get to bring him here because the things he sings are aligning properly with my show. They're right up my alley. Hey, I hope Nviri, if you're listening to this or if it gets to you, wacha nitakutafuta kwa WhatsApp.
So fresh is on the beat. Mimi si bwana yako, mimi bwana shere. Mimi bwana shere, mimi bwana shere. Mimi si bwana yako, mimi bwana shere. Mimi bwana shere, mimi bwana shere. Tingika kama unaweza tingika, vunjika kama unaweza vunjika, mwagika kama unaweza mwagika. Tingika kama unaweza tingika, vunjika kama unaweza vunjika, mwagika kama unaweza mwagika. No, I like to drink and I like to party. Tonight sijaona na blanket, na sasa ninaona sunset ya Monday. Hey, I thought you told me it's your birthday. Hatujuangi shida ya budget, sidhani itakuwa private. I'm always feeling, always feeling, I'm always feeling. Nikiwa sherehe, I'm always feeling, always feeling, always feeling. Nikiwa sherehe, mimi si bwana yako, mimi bwana sherehe. Mimi bwana sherehe, mimi bwana sherehe. Mimi si bwana yako, mimi bwana sherehe. Mimi bwana sherehe, mimi bwana sherehe. Tingika kama unaweza tingika, vunjika kama unaweza vunjika, mwagika kama unaweza mwagika. Tingika kama unaweza tingika, vunjika kama unaweza vunjika, mwagika kama unaweza mwagika. Ikona Tatiana, Rukiana, Rihanna, shepu ya Rihanna, tumejipata wote tukikatiana. Oh, maisha ya kistar, maisha ya kistaarabu. Nili understand the assignment, universal alignment. I'm always feeling, niko kwa mawingu, feeling so high. Oh, nikiwa sherehe, I'm always feeling, niko kwa mawingu, feeling so high. Oh, nikiwa sherehe, mimi si bwana yako, mimi bwana sherehe. Mimi bwana sherehe, mimi bwana sherehe. Mimi si bwana yako, mimi bwana sherehe. Mimi bwana sherehe, mimi bwana sherehe. Tingika kama unaweza tingika, vunjika kama unaweza vunjika, mwagika kama unaweza mwagika. Tingika kama unaweza tingika, vunjika kama unaweza vunjika, mwagika kama unaweza mwagika. Storyteller, I can't breathe, I can't talk.
Naturally I'm a giver, mentally not a deceiver. Point zingine zote adisia, hakuna kupandisia. Nimekubali unayofiga tamu zugari. You got it girl, ulinitisha chumbani girl. Hey. I can't breathe, I can't talk. I can't breathe, I can't talk. I can't see, I can't walk. You got me on the low. You are bad, be the reason. You are bad. You are bad, be the reason. You are bad. You are bad, be the reason. You are bad. You are bad, be the reason. You are bad. Hey, baby, you unaweza, hadi bongo. Baby, you unaweza, hadi bongo.
Girl, I really don't mind, but if you leave me, I'll beg you. Cause it feels nice when I'm sleeping right next to you. Tell me what you want tonight. Girl, you know what's on my mind. Wanna show you how I feel. Let me take you around the world. You give me wings to fly. And I just wanna show you my Tina.
I can't breathe, I can't talk. I can't see, I can't walk. You got me on the low. Body be the reason. I can't breathe, I can't talk. I can't see, I can't walk. You got me on the low. You are bad, be the reason. You are bad. You are bad, be the reason. You are bad. You are bad, be the reason. You are bad. You are bad, be the reason. You are bad. Hey, baby, you unaweza, hadi bongo. Baby, you unaweza, hadi bongo.
Yeah, that was Viri's new album. I hope you guys will get to listen to the full deck. It's a proper one. It's a proper album. And hey, hata mimi when I get home, I think that's the first thing I might do. Because Viri never disappoints. Because these are those songs that are for this exact timing. Eh? Remember those things I was telling you about the embarrassing dates? I'll read you some of them and you will get to see hapa nje ni kuchafu, but this is not meant to scare you, by the way. It's just to show you the other side of it. It's just to give you perspective so that you can be able to recognize these red flags as soon as you see them and not think they're your favorite color or just orange. If it's red, it's red. Yeah? It's not maroon, it's not any of those other colors that you associate with red. But then again,
what's up, guys? This is Diana Gesara, tuned into Radio 254 Midnight Rendezvous with Adrian Kibai. I call him Adi Teacher. Keep it locked.
Do you guys want to hear that again? All right.
What's up, guys? This is Diana Gesara, tuned into Radio 254 Midnight Rendezvous with Adrian Kibai. I call him Adi Teacher. Keep it locked.
Sema chocha, kuchochwa. Well, then again, that was lovely. Thank you very much, Dan. I'll dedicate 1 or 2, 3 songs here and there. You can send in your requests as soon as you can, and I'll be able to play them. You guys are listening to Radio 254. This is the Midnight Rendezvous, as Diana has just told you. And we are always doing this every Tuesday from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. That's till midnight. In case you are getting confused, we are enda mpaka lunch. No. We're only doing it for 2 hours between 10 and 12. And I hope you guys will get to join us every Tuesday that you get a chance to. So before I embark on the other thing, the embarrassing experiences from different dating pools. I don't know how to put it differently, but those embarrassing experiences. You see, this one was like we met on Instagram and decided on having our first date at an ice cream parlor. Sadly, this guy wouldn't stop talking about different ways in which I could lose weight after he saw me. He said I'm supposed to do like 40 press-ups just because I'm taking a cup of ice cream. I lost it when he said, if you follow my advice, you wouldn't have to place your stomach on your thighs when sitting again. I grabbed the 2 cups of ice cream that were on the table, threw them at him, and ran outside. The bike I took came at the perfect time. I threw him a huge fuck you when he tried coming after me. Yeah, you get fat shamed on your first date. You don't even know this person so that well, yani. Jesus. Another one goes, he was already seated before I arrived. I greeted him and apologized for coming late. However, he ignored me. He later told me it was because I only said hello when I greeted him instead of saying good afternoon. I apologized again. We conversed a little and I started glancing through the menu list. He snatched it from me and jokingly said he will pick for us because he doesn't trust Nigerian girls. All right. He chose salad, which was the cheapest on the list. A plate was whatever, that amount. And he ordered 2 with 2 bottles of water. I called the waiter and told him I would love to have jollof rice and juice with mine, and I made payment for everything I got immediately. He became moody again, but I didn't care. He then said he noticed I'm a feminist through my attitude and left the table angrily without paying for what he got. The waiter came to ask me for his money, and I asked her if I gave her money for what I ate or not. She went after him, but he was gone. Her loss. Jesus. Damn. Hey, you think it's muddy in Kenya? It's probably muddy in Nigeria. I came down from Lagos, from Enugu, to see this man after chatting for 2 months online. We had our first date at a rooftop restaurant. We were in the middle of a conversation when a lady came around and sat behind us. This guy started acting restless and was twisting his neck to look at her. He suddenly stood up and went to her table. They started chatting and laughing, and this went on for almost 15 minutes while I was still seated. He came back and said, hey, you and I are not dating yet, and I'm allowed to still go and shoot my shot, yeah? I wanted to angrily walk away, but who would pay for my flight back to... Hey, it was a whole flight. Hey, you guys out there are going through it, man. But I get it. It's ruthless. It's survival for the fittest out there. Where? This other one is, we went on a movie date. He kept talking during the movie, which I hated. A scene came up where a character told her ex that her child wasn't his. The next thing he did was to turn to me and say, if you ever do this to me, what? I'll kill you. Then he laughed. I just faced my front while doing I'm in danger laughter. Oh my, if you know that meme, you know what he's talking about. Jesus. Another one says, I'm not even trying to make fun of someone's condition, but this man was just coughing. If I counted the number of times he coughed, I'm sure I would have counted over 100 times. He didn't cover his mouth for once. I regretted not having a nose mask that day. I couldn't breathe. Hey. I could go on and on, but I don't know. Maybe I'll read you 1 or 2 more later, but what the hell is going on in the dating pool out there? You are listening to Midnight Rendezvous. This is Adrian Kibai. You're listening to Radio 254, the home of Kenyan music and content. I'd like it if you guys tuned in every Tuesday and join me for, a late night chat here and there. Talk about your feels, talk about the things that you're going through, or the things that you're feeling, or the things that you'd want to do. And I hope that soon enough, I'll get you people flooding my DMs, as most of you are doing so right now. And when you mko too shy, thinking that maybe if you open up, you might be outed on your, little dirty secrets. But I'm not like that, yeah? We don't do that here. So, karibuni sana. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you'll be sending in your first date experiences.
Somina unanibamba so kitoto, fanya haraka uwai, ina uroso umepitiliza, follow me go, tamu chokoleto, Mungu ameumba amepatia, sijaiona yako asilia. You can count on me love, ukinitaji nipo, omoninga na olinga. Oh baby, say my name, anytime you want me come around, say my name, anytime you don't have to call, say my name, anywhere you want to come around, say my name, now drop it down and pick it up, baby make a shake it like you are, shake it up, say me margarita with a shot of tequila, Nina pull up on you. Ukinipa siridi, I need more. This kind love, nimetafuta sijapata jawabu, nimeshapima nkafeli hesabu, wanasema chini ya jua hakuna ajabu, ila wewe nani wewe, kama jini umenasa, maana upepo wako umenikoroga, na kila chocho ukipinda wanapinda, shingo zao zavunjika, sijui kanisha nini, kweli mapenzi chakula cha moyo, ametala akili, aniendesha kabasi la Islando, aniwe utaniua we, mtoto umeweza, utaniua we. Ukinipa siridi, I need more.
High grade music.
Love is crazy. It's crazy, man. It's driving me insane. It's all good though, you know. Ujumbe nimesoma na salamu nimezipokea, nami mzima afya na shukuru, ila hali bado ngumu, lakini bado sijakata tamaa kwenye juhudi na ndoto zangu ulodai kuwa ndogo. Nimekubali matokeo na naelewa sababu zako za kuniacha, kwa hilo sitokuhukumu. Kinachoniuma kutoka na rafiki wangu wa dhati, kundharau na kunidhihaki wewe. Kinachoniuma, hivi mmenichiti mara ngapi mbele ya macho yangu bila kujua? Malipo ni hapa duniani, sikuombei mabaya, ila nakuchukia malipo ni hapa hapa duniani, sikuombei mabaya ila nakuchukia. Umasikini wangu unanipoza ewala. Ukitaka kujua jinsi gani nakuchukia, nimesahau jina langu, sikumbuki mie. Ukitaka kujua jinsi gani nakuchukia, nishasahau hata sura yako. Ila unanijia, nisidhani katapenda tena. Umenivuruga mama, umenivuruga. Ila unanijia, nisidhani katapenda tena. Umenivuruga. Kinachoniuma kutoka na rafiki wangu wa dhati, kundharau na kunidhihaki wewe. Kinachoniuma hivi, mmenichiti mara ngapi mbele ya macho yangu bila kujua? Malipo ni hapa hapa duniani, sikuombei mabaya ila nakuchukia. Malipo ni hapa hapa duniani, sikuombei mabaya ila nakuchukia.
Right. Hey, we Otile ametoa vitu safi mpya, mambo kem hapo hivyo. Hey, anyway, we are still talking about those amazing or those very frustrating first dates, and at least we could use some good news, right? What as it turns out, some people have really had very good experiences on their first dates with decent people who treat them like human beings and not just like pieces of meat. And here goes one.
Oh, it actually works. All right. Okay. So we talked for 2 years, met for dinner on a Friday. I went back home on Sunday.
Let me replay it.
Oh, it actually works. All right. Okay. So we talked for 2 years, met for dinner on a Friday. I went back home on Sunday, and you can fill in the gaps. Best decision ever.
But if you're not the monster,
Hot damn. Who would have known? Most of these things, unajua, ni pata potea. It's just a big gamble that you try to make work. It's not entirely something you're very sure that it will end this way or the other way. You see those people who go out with a clean intention. For instance, if you're trying to see someone, you tell them, hey, me, I'm looking for this, and this in the person that I'll be seeing. And then maybe they also share their own thoughts. You see the way some people say, me, I've gone to look for marriage. I am purposing to look for I find that to be shady, no judgment whatsoever. I just find it to be a bit tacky, because just go out there, have fun. Whoever it will be. Whoever it won't. You just don't go and stick to the first thing you get. Jesus. That's a worst recipe for disaster. Or is it the best? Best recipe for disaster. Yeah, it's the best recipe for disaster. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, well, some of you have really, really been through it when it comes to all this relationship shit. And trying to figure out exactly where you are in someone's life. Trying to figure out exactly what to do with the little or just whatever you get, you're wondering, where is this going? And I've also seen that. I was watching Ted Lasso. I don't know if you guys watched it. And the biggest question most guys had is, How do you know if a babe likes you? No one knows, but it's provocative. How do you know if she wants you? No one knows, but it's provocative. You see, the same way. Let me read you. Let me just read you one more. Yeah, one or two. I went on a date with this guy, but we ended up at the police station. We met on Twitter. He had asked me out, and I was hoping he will date me. We would date after we meet, but it ended in tears. I love taking pictures. People around me know me very well for that. That day, I took pictures with my iPhone 8 Plus, but I wasn't feeling them. I asked him to snap me with his iPhone 13 Pro, which he did. I collected his phone to see the pictures he took, but I didn't like them as well. I asked the girl behind me if she could help me take some pictures at the staircase. Well, since she's a girl, she will know the perfect angles. I was still trying to arrange my legs when I noticed that the girl had disappeared with his iPhone 13 Pro. I ran inside to check if she went in, but she was nowhere to be found. You need to see how this guy was sweating profusely. I knew I was in hot soup. After looking for the girl for over an hour, this guy dragged me to the police station. I was made to sign an agreement to pay him half of the phone price, and I had to make part payment before I was released. Funny how something was telling me not to go out all that day. I just finished paying for that phone last week. I can see how this comes off looking like a collusion, right? Yeah? It comes off feeling like the two of them tried to rob you of your iPhone 13 and they were in cahoots and whatnot. But, well, pia in Nairobi, don't just assume. If it can happen, it might just happen. Someone out there anaweza kukungaria vibaya sana and you won't like it one bit. So imagine your first date ending up at the police station. Now you have to pay half of the money or some bit of the money for at least to secure a release. Yeah. There was this other one. I never found him attractive, but he has money and was always eager to spend on me. Although I didn't accept to date him yet, but I was leading him on and he was always treating me like his babe. I played along because of the benefits while I made sure we don't have any physical intimacy, including kissing, because I can be selective with who I kiss. We went to the cinema one Friday evening. Then during the movie, I started feeling his hand trailing down my shoulder, which was fine. I didn't know how it happened, but I suddenly found my mouth inside his mouth. He was eating my lips with all his strength and was passionately pushing his tongue down my throat. This went on and on for about 2 minutes and I almost cried. I never wanted that to happen. I wore my mask till the movie ended. He asked me why and I told him the AC. The AC was entering my nose. I just had to say something. Hey. But the worst experiences you can ever find out there that will traumatize you, a good one, are bad kisses. Those ones will make you never want to ever be intimate like that with someone ever again until you're actually sure that they can kiss well. Kuna wale watakuacha na mate all over the place. Yuck. It's just then there's it's just too much, apana. It's just so much. It's just so much. Oh man. You see, the thing with this intimacy thing, it's just that most of us probably don't know how to do it. We need to learn how to do it at some point. But where are we practicing from? Where are we as learners practicing from? Do you just start maybe randomly by kissing your hand and gauging how it feels? Do you know those Kama Sutra videos on YouTube? They teach you how to do the basic romance stuff, not the hardcore, just upper juju, softcore. But yeah, do you watch those then now figure out where to put what and when? It's a whole, you see, there was this one time, there was this baby who used to tell his boyfriend that he didn't know how to hug. And it was strange because she did also want to show him how she wanted to be hugged. So the whole beef, every time this guy came complaining, blah, 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 the whole beef is the baby is asking the dude, go and tell your sisters to show you how to hug. I think these relationships when you are young don't count at all, because what are those even? It's even embarrassing if you think about it. There was another experience. This damn guy was trying to gossip about me to his friend, but he mistakenly sent the message to me on WhatsApp with a picture of me looking so funny. In the message he said, this girl does not look like her picture at all. And she has a big nyash, proper breast, and I just, I'll dish it two to three times before I leave her. He also said he will disappear if I order more than his budget. As soon as he noticed that the message was sent to me, he froze for about a minute while staring right into his phone. The entire day it was as quiet as a graveyard, and we couldn't even look at each other. I finished my food and left the table. We never said a word to each other again ever since then. Imagine you're sitting next to someone and they're, bantering you with whomever on their phone, talking about how they'll knock you only 2 to 3 times and then dump you. And if you order anything more than they can pay for, they're going to leave you there. It's just, I'd say it's a bit tacky, don't you think? It's a bit tacky. One, two. Nothing. Damn. Sorry for that little break. My monitor crashed. I hope you guys stayed tuned in. That was a small technical hitch right there. What was I saying? Yeah. With most of these dates, you get people who are very superficial. Most guys, by the problem with dating right now is that you get very superficial people who tend to just want to do the over the surface things and just move on and never talk to you again. Wakionja mara mbili tatu, they start, getting hooked because it was too good. It was better than even what they had ever dreamed of. It's very strange. So there's this other one who's saying, I went on a date with a talkative person who was ready to just say things unsolicitedly. He told me about the number of girls he had smashed and how he had fucked one of his exes more than how her future husband will ever fuck her. He asked me what my body count was, and I told him 4. He screamed and said, and you're not married yet? You will have had like 40 before you get married. This is the same guy that told me he had sex with about 30 girls before. I let that slide and focused on eating enough food. We finished eating and a bill of 31k naira was brought to our table. This guy said he only had 10k with him. And I told him I only had my transport fare. That's how we sat down and we started doing look me, I look you compare. Neither of us could stand up because we were stopping each other from trying to escape. Eventually, he forcefully paid 26k and I added the remaining 5k. And I'm never going out with a broke talkative again. Now, you see, this is the thing I'm talking about. It's not about being broke. Yeah, it's just about living within your budget, man. You can't just maybe mistakes happen, right? But being superficial about it does not
Oh Lord of mercy, you heard me. Nataka kandarasi. Did you know that your toes can curl? Night nurse, I'm ready for your curse. Bad girl, come share my wall.
Nani es Saka tarumba, saka tarumba, Nani especially uki. Saka tarumba, saka tarumba, saka tarumba, Unanifanya nisikie kunyongwa. Hatija ai, nani especially ukisonga. Na nimesha shindwa kuponga. Sweetie walai, ukienda mbali I miss you stronger. You my leader.
Yeah, I hope you guys are having a lovely night as we are almost coming to a close of the show. I hope the little technical hitches did not get you off the streams. This is Adrian Kibai. You're listening to Midnight Rendezvous. I hope you guys are having a lovely night, a warm night, a safe night, as a matter of fact. And owing to all that, I hope that your first dates, I hope that your first dates are not as wild as most of these are. I hope you found decent people who treat you like human beings, and people who treat you like you deserve to, get to be wined and dined, and just talk about nothing in particular. You see, sometimes these things are not entirely. They're not entirely at how do I explain it? They don't have to be sexual or anything, right? They don't have to be whatever most people imagine it's a quick bang and go, a sneak link and go, real quick. Let's get to the business that brought us here. And most of the time if it's a mutual agreement that, hey niaje, we're just coming to bang the brains out of each other, hey, I see no problem there. These are two adults who have consented to all this, and I see no problem at all. But then again, you find that most people will ask you for the first date kwa nyumba, wejua tu umeingia kichinjio. Hapo umeingia kichinjio. And there's nothing, you be prepared mentally for it, because people out here are weird. People out here will not say their true intentions lest you run away or lest you change your mind on coming to their houses. But hey, just keep your guard up. Keep your guard up, because this is how it ends up. Eventually, people, are brutal out here, and they'll end up victim blaming and saying, kwani ulienda kwa nyumba yake ukifikiria? And it's sad how we quickly divert blame to the victim and make them look stupid, yet they trusted. Probably their mistake was just trusting. Their mistake was probably just being a decent human being who thinks that people out there will be decent and treat you or accord you with some form of respect at the very least. But then you find some a-hole out there. He's just horny for days. Probably amemeza kakitu, that ka blue pill or whatever. Mengiza enzo yuko mwili. And then now it's awkward the whole time, because now the babe has said no. Hata wanaume saa zingine si huwa tunajiangusha. Now the babe has said no. You have nowhere to stick it in unless it's your hands. Yeah? What do you do from there? How do you move from there? How do you just make it so that you're not the fucking creep that you are, and get away with, calling people to your house under false pretenses that, I'll cook for you, I'm a very good cook, blah, 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 nonsense. Anyway, Diane, I hope you're listening. This one is for you.
nimefika kukucheki. Anipenda yeye nimemwacha nyumbani, yeye hajui. Baby wanichanganya zingua maliza mimi sijiwezi. Ni makosa baby, forbidden fruit is sweet. Naenda mimi sitabaki, twajiweka shimoni, this is where we end, yeah, 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 yeah. Cause you're taboo, oh yeah, wewe ni tabu, 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 wewe ni tabu, tubu. Cause you're taboo, oh yeah, wewe ni tabu, 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 wewe ni tabu, tubu. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, acha kunishika mkono hivo. Ninahisi mengi ila ninajua kuna kikomo. Si upendo ni mchezo, uongo si tumeamini. Najaribu kumpenda niliye naye, but wanna let me be. Naenda mimi sitabaki, twajiweka shimoni, this is where we end, yeah, 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 yeah. Cause you're taboo, oh yeah, wewe ni tabu, 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 wewe ni tabu, tubu. Cause you're taboo, oh yeah, wewe ni tabu, 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 wewe ni tabu, tubu. Naenda mimi sitabaki, twajiweka shimoni, this is where we end, yeah, 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 yeah. Cause you're taboo, oh yeah, wewe ni tabu, 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 wewe ni tabu, tubu. Cause you're taboo, oh yeah, wewe ni tabu, 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 wewe ni tabu, tubu. Ni mapenzi tu, ni mapenzi tu. Love, 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 love. Ni mapenzi tu, ni mapenzi tu. Love, 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 love. Baby, I just want you to know that baby, you're the food to my soul. Baby, I am not letting go. Oh baby, seems so impossible that you're mine and I'm yours forever, baby. I can't thank you enough for being here with me. I can't thank you enough for being my baby. Oh baby, I'm so grateful. I got you, baby, through the fire. Me and you, baby, to the wire. Every day to you think I support you other way. You got my back, I got your back too, baby. You taught me so many things I never knew. You took me places I never imagined. I've done so many things, but there's this blue. You got my back, I got your back too, baby. I got you, baby, through the fire.
So I got you, haikuwa story na vile umenikwachu usiaje worry. No doubt nilisota, ulikuwa down na mimi. Najua nitaosa, utakuwa up na mimi. I was a player, why lie? Top striker kwa kabumbu, batoni ya kila siku, ubomo mawe ngumu. Second bar, you taught me I could love again. After pillow fights, chocolates, now we choosing baby names. Bonnie and Clyde watoshi, meet rabbit na kanana. Feel free uneza moji, vila amenikamata akona grip moyoni, akona grip kwa kitanda. Nakikisha mengara, smile pia na mvisha. Machelo kwa kablista, unatokea ka job imeisha. Saina kupeleka places, wanakunja faces. Hello babe, just wanted to remind you that I love you.
All right. As we wind up the night, I'd like you guys to share with me what are those first date questions that will help you avoid such embarrassments when you go out with that person you've been talking to. You know, that talking stage that has developed already. What are those first date questions that you get to ask right before you get onto a date? When you get to the date, what do you ask? Sometimes some people go with, are you active on Twitter? First things first, deny. The other one is, you see, well, a lot of people, stop with this, what's your favorite color bullshit, yeah? Someone can ask you some random thing like, what's your opinion about Tyrion Lannister's parenting technique? Or do you splash soap on the wall while bathing? By the way, people who splash the soap everywhere while bathing are messy. I think that's a good first date question. The other one will be, who did you vote for in the presidential elections? By the way, in Kenya, I think this is a measure of intelligence. I'll leave it at that. Then the other one is, well, some of these that I compiled are quite CGI. Well, someone can ask, do you know what a streak is? If you know what a streak is, she's probably too young for you. I don't know what a streak is, but they have been struggling to find out what a streak is. What the hell is a streak is? If you know, tell me in the DM or with the hashtag Midnight Rendezvous or on Radio 254 online. I'll find it. Don't go asking about favorite food, by the way. That thing, nimechoka kuambiana ni chapo ndengu. Imechoka tu kusema kila wakati. You see, going out there asking about favorite foods, it's a bit, especially if you're trying to date in your 30s, favorite food is not part of the conversation. Just let someone order, then ask them related questions to what they've ordered. Well, like, is it the first time you're ordering this? Have you ever had this before? How do you like it? Do you like it like this or like this, the other? Around what they're eating maybe. But then again, this coming out of nowhere, what's your favorite food? I'm tired of telling people it's Chapondengo, please. Well, actually, you see, some people... That's another one. Do you brush twice daily? Well, do you have a child? Mwingine atasema ni roommate na anaishi na dadake. Wasichana mmejionea mengi hapa Nairobi. So, by the way, most people ni poa kuulizana pia, are you looking to chill or work towards marriage, ama date towards marriage, ama vitu kama hizo, because I feel like those are important questions that people overlook. Another one is, can you cook? Because I feel like life skills are important, by the way. Can you cook is a very important question. I know not all of us will be able to, whip up something very tasty in the kitchen, but there's no reason why you can't just boil yourself an egg. It's the very least. It's just boiling, or make yourself some tea, or just try and not die of hunger if you're alone. That's all. Try and know 1 or 2 survival hacks. Try and know when to clean, what, how, or what to do. You see, but generally those are the first date questions people should be asking, so that they don't end up in those awkward positions where you are wondering what this guy wants, and they're also wondering what brought you to this place. What did you hope to achieve? What did you want to do? Some people will ask about throwback pictures. I find that to be unfair, because all of us have grown, and some body features of ours have either been chiseled properly, or probably a stomach is coming in. It's unfair to ask someone of their childhood pictures just to get to know how. By the way, if it's not for the purpose of getting to know how your children will look, I find it to be very, very unfair. Oh man. But niliona, but first date questions as if I kuwa mambo ya sijui mental health, blah blah blah. You remember, I don't know if you guys know about those questions you should ask someone before you marry them. I feel like first date questions should be about knowing this person better, knowing who they are, what makes them tick, what makes them happy. But hizo mambo ya resource factors, sijui mental health, wachia hiyo wakati wa marriage, if you ever get there, that is. And you see, oh man, this just beats me. It beats me a lot. I don't know how to even try and explain that. Some personal question. Nimeona wengine pia I've just generally looked up on Twitter, and a lot of people, I've scrolled by, and like about 5 people have wanted to ask their first date question as, what was your first gender? What gender were you born in? I feel like those are quite personal questions that you should let the other person lead with. If you're attracted to them as they are, does it matter where they came from or what? It's okay. Full disclosure is also good, right? So that you're not in for any surprises. Find out some very, very, how do I put it? You find out something that could have maybe altered your decision from the start that you didn't want at this point. it's important, but I feel like maybe the other person should initiate that kind of conversation, because a lot of people might be very sensitive about that topic. I don't know. You guys can tell me which is the best way to approach such a question. I'm also on the fence about that one. Anyway, if you know how to move, and kuna watu by the something I've never understood by the is speed dating. How do people do it? Do you go? What are the speed dating questions that you'd want to ask someone who's seated right across to you, and you have only 5 minutes to engage them? How do you go about that? It's what? I find it to be very high pressure situation. I'd probably fold in a very short while, and it won't look good for me, and that's why I don't go for these speed dating things. I've also seen on IG that there's a single adventures kind of thing where single people get to mingle and not be single again, because these things have to be in their own way. They have to be. I don't know. It's crazy though, because I don't like. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like setups where it's do or die. It makes it makes my mind close up so fast. People who survive on speed dating can move through the Nairobi dating pool very fast. Ni wale wa, hi, you look very beautiful. Can we do this today? Yes, go. Boom. Umesema no, move. Wale wa yes, upande wa right. Wale wa no, upande wa left. And they go scouring through each and every one. Man. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. It's midnight already, and I'd like it for you to find that person who you'll go on a first date with and get to enjoy everything that can be offered to you. Someone has suggested that the first dates should not be expensive, and I really do recommend that, because most people think it's the pocket will talk for them. While that is true, I mean, hakuna mapenzi bila mapeni. Unajua, no romance without finance. But if you take someone for a walk, or at the park, sit by a pond, watch the fish swimming by, I'm gonna take them for those kienyeji dates at Uhuru Park. It's still a date. Hey, I think I'm a renovator. We should all actually make a point of going there. And then thereafter, once you're now fully dating, you can now go on those dinner dates that you've always wanted. You can go to all those places that you can afford, and I don't see a problem with that. So that the first date is not those awkward zile za bili nalipwa na nani, na umekula mingi sana, we kwanza ulikuwa na njaa, mbona unakula kama yatima, blah blah blah. It's just fucked up. So guys, stay safe as you go on to your midnight rendezvous. Some of you prefer your dates right now, and thank you for sitting down with me for 2 straight hours and enjoying our midnight rendezvous. I enjoyed this date. It didn't cost us much, just 2 hours of our day. And I hope you have a good night. This is the Midnight Rendezvous. You're listening to Radio 254. I am Adrian Kibai, and have a good night.
Zangu zainuka kila anaponigusa, pumzi nazo mizanishia kila anaponidada nimempata mfalme wa mapenzi, hamna mwingine karibia mbingu zake. Nimempata mfalme wa mapenzi, hamna mwingine ila yeye anipae. Nimempata mfalme wa mapenzi, hamna mwingine karibia mbingu zake. Nimempata mfalme wa mapenzi, hamna mwingine ila yeye anipae. Yuwafanya kwa utaratibu, vyoja vya mali za nguvu, sina budi ila kumruhusu anipe sumu. Anaponibusu anaponilaza chini, na anaponipapasa ni dhahiri shahiri. Nimempata mfalme wa mapenzi, hamna mwingine karibia mbingu zake. Nimempata mfalme wa mapenzi, hamna mwingine ila yeye anipae. Nimempata mfalme wa mapenzi, hamna mwingine karibia mbingu zake. Nimempata mfalme wa mapenzi, hamna mwingine ila yeye anipae. Niwe radhi, si ati ni mara ya kwanza kufanya mapenzi, lakini bila shaka hamna mwingine kama yeye. Nimempata mfalme wa mapenzi, hamna mwingine karibia mbingu zake. Nimempata mfalme wa mapenzi, hamna mwingine ila yeye anipae. Nimempata mfalme wa mapenzi, hamna mwingine karibia mbingu zake. Nimempata mfalme wa mapenzi, hamna mwingine ila yeye anipae.
imefika, sasa tutawika.
tunapita kama moshi, na kabla tuzame mchangani kuna kushinda na kufeli. Oh, inabidi ujijue tofauti ya mwalimu na mwanafunzi ni ujuzi na ujuaji. Oh, it's unbelievable that we make it this far, undeniable. We see the promised land from afar, and it's so beautiful. No, they can't touch the fire, and you know it's not in vain. Steady tripping through the pain. Oh, man. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Oh Lord, oh Lord, steady rocking on the midnight train. Steady rocking on the midnight train. On the midnight train.
Siku zazidi badilika, mengi yazidi kunipita jama. Oh no, maji yalipozidi unga, hawakudhani tutafika fika. It's unbelievable that we made it this far, undeniable to see the promised land from afar. So beautiful, they gon' know who we are. They keep on walking in the rain. Kuna blessings in the pain. Whoa. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Steady, ready, ready, ready. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Steady rocking on the midnight train. To Zion, to Zion, Zion. It's on our road to Zion. Nothing will ever deny us. Whatever it takes, keep on walking. Whatever it takes, keep on moving. To Zion, to Zion, to Zion. Yeah, 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 yeah.
steady rocking on the midnight train. Oh Lord, steady rocking on the midnight train to Zion, to Zion. Navutishwa, oh navutishwa, moshi pia napuliziwa. Navutishwa, oh navutishwa, naishi kama paka nalishwa. Navutishwa, oh navutishwa, haya mapenzi sijalipishwa. Navutishwa, oh navutishwa mama. Navutishwa, oh navutishwa mama. Sosi delivery, pombe kemikali, mapenzi halali, mapenzi legend. Nilikuanga silali, hapo awali Kanairo hakuna amani. Hakuchi on fire, can't deny. Miguu zake unzunguka kama taya. Akibend over, ni game over. Mwanga na sosi mpaka naitisha sosa. Nakulishwa matamu ya roho, naogeshwa ngoza mbichi navalishwa kidogo tu ninyonyeshwe, dredi zangu zisokotwe, shingo ni masajiwe, nasanifiwa, naroliwa, kisha navutishwa. Navutishwa, navutishwa, moshi pia napuliziwa. Navutishwa, oh navutishwa, naishi kama paka nalishwa. Navutishwa, oh navutishwa, haya mapenzi sijalipishwa. Navutishwa, oh navutishwa mama. Navutishwa,
navutishwa mama. Kuamka kung'ara na kukaa tu, kula mahaba ya kistaarabu na tabasamu bila sababu. Kitandani nafunzwa adabu, kukaa kukaliwa, kulala kulaliana na kulaliwa. Maisha ya gorofa, nikitoka kitandani naruka kwa sofa. Wifi imelipiwa nadekezwa upara na papaswa nabembelezwa natulizwa uso nakaliwa nasanifiwa naroliwa kisha navutishwa mama. Navutishwa, oh navutishwa,
moshi pia napuliziwa. Navutishwa, oh navutishwa, naishi kama paka nalishwa. Navutishwa, oh navutishwa, haya mapenzi sijalipishwa. Navutishwa, oh navutishwa mama. Navutishwa, oh navutishwa mama.
Fresh is on